You're now live. Okay. It looks like we're live. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. What's good? This is Lene Javette, CEO and founder of Colsire, the creative mind behind the PowHER movement. Hey, Kev, how are you doing? What's good? What do you guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's Lene Javette. I already said that. Today we're going to have a what I think is a dope conversation about being a CEO. Yes, I'm is here. What's up? Let me put that there. Let me pin a comment real quick right here. www dot the black. Let me do this really fast. Pow her. I am not a good typer with my one finger, you guys. Sorry. Retreat dot com. Post it and then pin it. Boom. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, hello. It's your girl in Vets. We are about to have a conversation about being a CEO tonight. One of the questions that I get asked all the time is what does that transition look like? But more importantly, I want to talk to people who are either employees who want to become entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who also have a daytime job. That's what I want to talk to. Those are the people I want to talk to today. Because I have this ideology about for employees that says everybody is a CEO. Everybody's a CEO. If you have a day job, you are a CEO. If you punch a time clock, hey Dana, I got your message, sweetheart, on IG. If you are an employee, you are a CEO. If you are an entrepreneur, you are a CEO. And so I have this ideology, and so I want to talk about that today. As I've been telling you guys, Instagram, you guys haven't seen me all week, but I've been on Facebook and I've been telling you guys every single day that I will go live and just kind of hit up some of the different things that we're going to be talking about at the Black PowHER Retreat. If you haven't seen me online, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the Black PowHER Retreat, and then I'm going to jump into our topic for tonight, which again is you have to be a CEO before you become the CEO. Okay. If you are just coming into the room, please say hi, say hello, tell me where you're chiming in from. Give this video a thumbs up and also share it for me, please, because you know somebody who is thinking about being a CEO, who you know somebody who's thinking about starting their business. You know somebody who has a business, but they might not be operating like a CEO. So invite them to this space. Let's have a conversation in this room. So before I get into our content for tonight, again, we are facilitating the Black PowHER Lifestyle Retreat. And I just did a promo. Okay. So for the next 48 hours, we are doing 48% off. So we're doing a 48 for 48, where you can receive 48% off for the next 48 hours. Okay. I'm going to dive deeper into that. But for right now, let's just talk about the whole concept of being CEO. So when people ask me, how can I prepare to be a CEO? I always tell them, start at the job that you have today. Whatever you do right now, be the CEO of. When people who have corporate jobs or work for an employer come to me, and I always tell them, you're a CEO right now. Every single person walking God's green earth is an entrepreneur. Yes, even you who punches a time clock, you are an entrepreneur. And I'm going to tell you why, or I'm going to tell you how I think anyways. Everybody has a client. My clients, I send them an invoice and they pay me. People who go to work every day, they submit their timesheet, which is technically their invoice, and they get paid. So you are an entrepreneur. Literally. Sometimes I say that to employees and they're like, I don't get it. So I'm gonna delve a little bit deeper so that I can make sure that you get it. We all have our clients and or our customer. Okay. And so what happens is, unfortunately, people who go to work every day, who are employees, they feel like they don't have a way out, or you're stuck in your job, or you're not getting paid enough, or the people who you're talking to, your boss, your manager, your supervisor, like they're the gatekeeper. They're not. They're your client. They're your customer. And you are that for them. It's a mutual relationship. And so if you don't like your client or you don't like your customer, or you don't feel like they're paying your invoice properly, you don't feel like you can charge them what you are worth, then you let them go. I want to get employees to start looking at their career options like CEOs, like entrepreneurs. Start looking at your employer like your client. When you decide or you start thinking about where do I want to work at? What kind of a company do I want to work at? What kind of culture do I want to work at? How much do I want to get paid? You have to think about your employer as your client. If you say that you are worth 10, 15, $25 an hour, then you have to find a client or a customer or an employer that will pay you what you are worth. But what happens is a lot of times people go into their job with the employee mindset of, I'm going to take what they're going to give me, or they're only offering this much. And then you get into this dead end job that you hate. You hate going to it. They don't pay you enough. The person over you, you may or may not have trained, right? And then you feel stuck when really you can go and get a new client, when really you can go and get a new customer. Now, when I say this to people, they're like, that sounds so complicated. It sounds so hard. Is it really? Or is it fear? Like, if you really think about what holds people, what keeps you from going to the next level? What keeps you from making more money? What keeps you from having the job that you want? What keeps you from having the business that you want? What keeps you from writing the book? What keeps you from buying the house? What keeps you from leaving that relationship? What keeps you from going into the next relationship? What keeps you from speaking up? What keeps you from applying for the job that makes more money? What keeps you from leaving the job where they don't respect you? What keeps you? Miko said fear. That's literally what it is. Fear. Do you know what keeps you from thinking about your employer as your client? Fear. Miko said, fear of failing. Mm. Fear of the unknown. Fear of just not sure. Fear of, well, if I tell these folks I really want to make $20 an hour, they might be looking at me crazy. If I tell them I'm really worth $65,000 a year, if I tell them I'm really like, it's fear holding on to what we have in our hand right now instead of I'm worth more. I should have more. I deserve more. Miko said, not trying to get sued. There's so we have so much value. I would venture to say some of it is just not knowing how to show up at the table and negotiate. That's a type of a fear. That's a type of fear, right? If when you go to sit to negotiate, you don't know how to negotiate, or you don't know your worth or your value, or you don't know how much the position should pay, then you don't even know how much to ask. I cannot tell you how many times or how many people show up to um, negotiating tables or opportunities unprepared. When I'm talking to people about their interviewing skills or their resume building or and this again, this is for whether you're an entrepreneur or you're an employee. Knowing how to negotiate is valuable. It doesn't matter whether you're an entrepreneur or employee. Again, the person that the company and or the person, this is your client. So whether you submit an invoice to your client or you submit a timesheet to your employer, you still have to negotiate what you get paid. You still do. So you have to know how to negotiate. You have to know how to secure the bag. And some of that comes from your money script. You have to understand and know how to communicate your value. Whether you're talking to an employer or you're talking to a client or you're talking to a customer, you have to be able to communicate the value that you offer and the value that you bring. What keeps us from doing that oftentimes is our understanding of our money script, how we relate to money, how we value money, what money we associate with our own value, with our own time. Hey, Dante. Hey, King Tree, how are you doing? Leo said, great topic. Thank you. One of the things we're going to be talking about at the Black Power event is specifically around how to conquer the corporate ladder. We're going to talk about how to conquer the corporate ladder and how to secure the bag. And one of the reasons why I love having this conversation is because it applies to entrepreneurs and people who are not entrepreneurs. In order to conquer the corporate ladder, whether that is your own personal corporation, meaning your business, or the corporation where you go to work and they pay you, it's the same thing. It's not different. It's not different. How I show up to negotiate what my client should pay me is the same way that employees should show up and say, this is how my employer should pay me. You sign a timesheet, I sign an invoice. It's the same thing. It's a mentality. If you don't like how your employer is paying you, if you don't like how they're treating you, then you can go and find a new client, a new employer. You don't have to suffer. Like, we don't have to suffer, but we have to know how to negotiate. You have to know what your value is. You have to know how to present your value. When I'm talking to people, sometimes I'll go in and I'll do different types of presentations at corporations or, for different employers and stuff like that. And one of the questions that I get asked often is, how do I get my employer to see my value? And, or how do, when I sit at the negotiating table, do I let them know all of the things that I've done throughout the year? And it's such a simple answer. Do you keep track of it? Do you know how many people don't keep track of what they do throughout the year? And I'm not even just talking about employees. Entrepreneurs don't do it either. We don't sit back and say, I wrote a book, I helped this client make 6 figures this month. I did it. We don't do it either. And so when we go and sit down to write our services and we go and sit down to write what we're going to charge, we forget all these great things that we've done throughout the year, all of these results that we've brought to our clients, all of the training that we've done throughout the year, the conferences we've attended. We forget those things. And so even as entrepreneurs, we don't take our prices up the right way, or we don't charge the right amount of money because we forget all the good stuff that we've done. Employees and entrepreneurs are very much the same. We both have clients. We both have a customer. We both submit either an invoice or a timesheet. We both get to determine how much we're going to get paid. Now, there's some differences. Well, I mean, no, hold on. Let me see. I was about to say entrepreneurs have more freedom, and we do. I'm not going to say we don't. But if I'm being truthful with you, my paid time off is different. I still get time off, but I still look. I still got to check with my boss to take time off. I talk about myself in the third person. I'll be like, and my friends and my family, they be tripping. So I'll be like, let me see if I can take Tuesday off. And they'll be like, what do you mean? I was like, I gotta see. I think Tuesday's a rough day. Let me check with my boss and see if I can take Tuesday off. And they'll be like, don't you work for yourself? Yes, but I still got to check in with a higher power too. Like, I still got to check with my schedule. Can I take this time? Do I have speaking engagements? What are my clients doing? Like, I still got to check that stuff, even though I work for myself. I get longer vacations, like I take the whole month of December off. Like, I don't work in December. December is my month off, but that's how I set it up with my clients. But so can employees. And I know this is probably like, there's no way I can do that. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. If you change your mindset, if you change how you think about being a human, a man and or a woman, a person who works, a person who generates. There's it's such a fine line between employee and employer. Income, revenue, uh, managers, CEO, timesheet, invoice. They're right there. Like they're damn near the same thing. You don't like how this employer pays you, they don't respect you, they not paying your timesheet right, they undercutting you, They having you working over, they're overworking you, underpaying you. New client, new employer. If you're not sure how to negotiate what you're supposed to get paid from this new employer, or how to show the value of what you offer and what you bring, that's what you need. Angie says, so true. Miko said, bingo, no lie. Just had to do some self reflecting. Yes, and yes. Yes, that like legit. So, one of the reasons why I want to have this conversation. So, again, every night this week, I am doing my lives because I'm promoting the Black PowHER Lifestyle Retreat. The reason why I'm doing the lifestyle retreat is because you literally can style your life. Unfortunately, we get into life. Unfortunately, as you get older, as you age, as you turn 18, and as you're getting, as things happen, life for whatever reason will come in and take control, and it just starts doing whatever the hell it wants to. And then we start doing whatever life does, and then we lose control because we have kids, we gotta pay bills, we gotta pay for this car, we gotta put food on the table, we want to take vacation. And so we will let life, we will loosen the reins on the control of life. And so the life that you envision for yourself, or you thought that you could have, or that you want to have, it loses us a little bit along the way. And so, hey, precious. And so the Black PowHER Lifestyle Retreat is all about getting back into control of your life so that you can style it how you want to. And so we're doing these 8 conversations, we're having these 8 discussions plus these 2 keynotes. Instagram, let me say, I apologize that I can't show you my screen. Okay. I apologize I can't show you all my screen, but I'm gonna tell you everything that's on it. Let me share my screen with you guys over here on Facebook. That's one of the only downsides to being on Instagram. I can't show you all my screen. But so the Black PowHER Lifestyle Retreat, I tapped like 20 Black women who specialize in beauty, finance, fashion, entrepreneurship, corporate executives, business insurance, life insurance, estate planning, and brought them together so that we can sit down and help Black women to style a life that they dreamed of, that they can be proud of, that's going to take them where they want to go and get them to the next level. And so when I put this together, it's a 2-day event where we're dealing with the mind, the body, and the soul, but then we're also talking about money mastery. So right now we're talking about day 2, which is what I'll lead with, is conquering the corporate ladder, how to move up and secure the bag. One of the biggest ways to do that is to think about yourself as a CEO, is to think about yourself as an entrepreneur when you go to work every day, right? Employees are CEOs. The name of this conversation is you have to be a CEO before you can be the CEO. You have to show up at your position every day as if you are the boss of your domain. If ever you plan to buy your freedom, if ever you plan to leave the corporate plantation, you also need to know how to negotiate. And again, that does not matter if you are an employee or an entrepreneur. You have to know how to negotiate. You have to know how to set pricing. You have to know how to get paid what you weigh. You have to know how to present your value. You have to know that. People don't just look at your pricing and be like, oh, that I'm gonna pay that. You have to be like, this is what the value is. This is what I bring to the table. This is why. This is how I do it. And so that's going to be one of our conversations. I think that that's important because there's a lot of entrepreneurs who still have corporate jobs, but also there's a lot of entrepreneurs that still don't know how to negotiate and get paid what they're supposed to get paid, or how to present their value. We're also going to be talking about how to master the world of credit. If you're not in the 700 Club, we're going to be talking about how to join it. And if you are, we're going to talk about how do you leverage its power. Okay. We're going to be talking about building a bulletproof wealth portfolio so that you can stack some FU money. And we're looking at it from the perspective of crypto, real estate, cannabis, stocks, and entrepreneurship. Because a lot of people come to me and ask me about crypto, and I don't know about crypto. So I had to go tap Teddy Ewing, who is the queen of crypto. And she's going to come in and talk to us about getting involved in crypto. What is it? How do you use it? Can you do NFTs? All that kind of good stuff. So we're going to have a deep dive conversation on not just how to leverage our credit, but how do we use it to help us build our wealth portfolio. We're also going to be talking about protecting your financial assets, so that you can preserve your family's future and legacy. So, estate planning, financial planning, life insurance. And then the keynote on that day is going to be about identifying your money scripts. And again, the reason why understanding your money script is so important is because most people don't even know they have a money script. And script is SCRIPT. So if you think about a manuscript or something that you read or something that you hear and see, it's what you teach and tell yourself about money that creates the relationship you have with money. Okay. And then day one, so that's everything day two. Day two is all about money mastery. Day one is the mind, body, and soul. So on day one, we're talking about looking good, feeling good, how to present the best you. We're talking about having a balanced life, how to have it all and not crumble. Because as Black women, we want it all. We are pursuing it all, but it can be overwhelming, right? And then we're going to talk about alpha femininity, the myth of the strong Black woman. We're going to talk about mastering your mindset to transform your relationship with you. And then we're going to talk about the imposter syndrome, which is the silent killer of dreams. And unfortunately, something that too many Black women suffer, deal with. Let's say deal with. Let's say that. So for the next 48 hours, I am doing a 48 for 48 special. 48 for 48. 48 for 48. Yes. And so for the next 48 hours, you can save 48%. Okay. I'm going to say that again. For the next 48 hours, you can save 48%. And so let's see. So that brings these prices down to $99. $99, $155, $259. $99, $155, $259. 48-hour sale, 48% off. Bada bing and bada boom. Okay. We just added 3 new giveaways. A 30-day warrior challenge from Rhythm Rumble. We added, what else I add? The Fire Financial Partner. She's doing a business insurance consultation. And then one more person added something, and I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. It's a business consultation. I know it's some type of a business consult. But this weekend, it's going down. Room full of Black women. We're going to be talking about securing the corporate bag. We're going to be talking about conquering the corporate ladder. We're going to be talking about how to negotiate. We're going to be talking about how to make that transition from looking at your employer as a place where you go and they hand you money to looking at your employer as your client, knowing how to fire that client, knowing how to get a new client, knowing how to present the value in order to sit down at the negotiating table and increase your income or revenue, depending on if you're an entrepreneur or an employee. Dana says, that's beautiful. Profitability. I have to get back focused and rebranding myself. My oldest daughter is in financial planning, so this is going to be so green. Yes. Great, not green. Okay, this is going to be so great. Got you. Hey, Shannon. That was good. So this weekend is going to be phenomenal. I am super excited. I love talking about entrepreneurship, and I love talking about entrepreneurship from all the angles. I'm not one of those entrepreneurs, or let me phrase it. I'm not one of those individuals who says that everybody has to be an entrepreneur. I don't think everybody has to be an entrepreneur. I don't. But I do believe that everybody should be the CEO, regardless of what you do, right? So everybody doesn't have to be an entrepreneur because somebody has to work. If we're all entrepreneurs, then there's no employees. Somebody has to go to work. And I believe that you can go to work and enjoy your environment. You don't have to go to work and be miserable. That's why people don't want to be employees, because they don't want to be miserable. They don't want to be overworked and underpaid. But if you figure out how to be an employee who is not overworked and underpaid, because you recognize that your employer is actually your client, it changes the game. It changes the game for you. And it took me a really long time to get there. I got to a place where I finally realized that my employer was my supplemental income gig. And once I started treating my employer like my client, we started getting along really well. My life started coming together. My dreams started coming together. I was able to spend more time working on the things that I wanted to work on, spend more time with my son. I was able to negotiate better pay, all of that. But you have to make that transition. You have to know how to make that switch. And so if you have not done that or you don't know how to do it, but you would like to know or you would like to learn, we will be talking about that this weekend. Dana says, I believe that everyone doesn't have the entrepreneurial mindset. That is very true. Hey, Rob. That is very true. Everybody does not have the entrepreneurial mindset. That's where transformation comes in. That's where the growth mindset comes in. That's where intentionality and consistency comes in. Anyone can have an entrepreneur mindset. An entrepreneur mindset is something that's malleable. It's something that can be learned. It's something that can be taught. What I would venture to say is everybody doesn't have the mindset to invest in themselves. A lot of times people will just say, I don't know it, I don't have it, I don't need it, or I'll Google it, I'll find it on YouTube. What I think is more rampant is that a lot of people don't understand the value of investing in themselves, the value of investing in their knowledge, the value of investing in information, which keeps them from a true entrepreneurial path. That's what I would say. Because I believe there's a lot of people who want to be entrepreneurs. Fear holds them back. The world of uncertainty, not knowing where your next paycheck is going to come from, not knowing how you're going to get paid, who's going to pay you, not knowing if you're going to eat, can you pay your bills? That's not easy. Don't let you be the main person who brings in the income. It's very difficult to jump out the plane, as they say, and try to figure out how to build your parachute on the way down. Very. I would be lying to you guys if I told you it's easy to be an entrepreneur. I'd be lying to you if I told you it's easy to leave your corporate job, which is why I don't try to talk people into leaving their corporate job. But I will teach you, coach you, and mentor you on how to make the best of the corporate position that you have. I will teach you, coach you, mentor you, and tell you how to conquer the corporate ladder. How do you move up? How do you make more money? How do you get paid better? How can you be happier? How can you leave that job? Are you guys familiar with job hopping? Like there's this new trend right now called quote unquote job hopping, where you will negotiate, you may or may not let your current employer know that you're going to be leaving. In letting them know that you're going to be leaving, they will either try to get you to stay by increasing your salary, in which case now you have a base salary for where you currently work, and you can use that to look for another job. So what people will do is they'll take, their job will offer them X amount of dollars to stay. That increases their base salary. So now when you go to look for other positions, you can say, I make this much money, right? And then maybe you do make that position. Maybe you do make that switch. Maybe you do get the other job. So now you're making new money at this new position. And then within 12 months, 6 to 12 months, you hop one more time and you could technically increase your salary $10,000 to $20,000. It's called job hopping. Hey, Chrissy. There's so many different ways to go about increasing your income and or your revenue. And we're going to be talking about a variety of them at the Black PowHER Retreat. I really wanted my girlfriend, Admin Sin, to be there. She is the CEO and founder of Black on the Job. She has helped, I don't want to lie on the numbers, but she has helped increase Black salaries by over $100 million. Something like that. My numbers might be wrong. But there's 10,000 people in her group. All of them are seeing increases from $10,000 to $20,000 to $30,000 in their moves, their job moves and their careers, based on her techniques and tips on how to negotiate, how to present yourself, how to do your resume, buzzwords. It's amazing. And here's the thing, it's the stuff that you don't know. You don't know what you don't know until somebody tells it to you. And then you're like, damn, I haven't been doing that. Or I've been doing this all wrong. If you've never actually sat down with a professional and learned how to present yourself, or learn how to write a resume, or learned how to negotiate, you don't even know what you're doing. Not too long ago, there was this, I forget what it was, but it was a social media post of this HR lady who said something to the effect of the budget went up. I think she had a budget of like 100 of like, 55,000 to 95,000. And the applicant only said that they wanted to make 80. And so she said, okay, cool. And she only gave them 80, but there was like $15,000 worth of room to play with. And the person who did the social media post, the post that was what she posted about was basically saying, I'm going to give you what you asked for. If you don't know the range of this position and you don't know the value of the position or your value to this position or what you can bring, she said, that's not on me. Like, she asked for 80, I gave her 80. If she would have asked for 95, I would have gave her 95. It's important to know and understand the value, your value, and the value of what you're showing up to negotiate for. Super important. Like, I'm not joking when I talk about this stuff. Like, it's important. It doesn't matter if you're an employee or an entrepreneur. It's the same for entrepreneurs. We had this conversation the other night. Oh, no, no, no. It wasn't with you guys. I had this conversation in one of my in my group coaching, and they were saying, "Do you charge the same for a corporation that you charge for entrepreneur?" Mm-mm. I might do a scale. I might do something different, but I have more flexibility with what I'm going to charge when I'm talking to other entrepreneurs and business owners. If I know I'm dealing with the corporation and I know they have the funds, I'm going to definitely give them my full rate. Plus, I'm going to ask them what are they doing. This is now we're talking about a quote. This is a quote. This is not just an invoice that I'm just writing to one of my regular clients. What are you looking for? What is needed? How much time is it going to take? When you're looking for the turnaround, I got to take all that into consideration. How much is my time worth per hour? How long is it going to take me to do this? What's my prep work on the front end? Do I have to travel? Do I need my team? All of that goes into creating a quote that I have to put together. And then that's how I'm going to charge. That's how I'm going to negotiate. And then because it's a corporation, I'm already anticipating that they're going to want to negotiate with me. So I'm probably going to build in a buffer so that I have some room to negotiate. It's the same thing when you go to work, when you go for a job. They're going to tell you that the scale is from this to this. They're hoping that you're going to come in here. So if the scale is from 60,000 to 85,000, a lot of times people, well, I want the 85. Okay, well, show me that you're worth the 85. If not, I'm going to offer you 70. And then you're going to come back and probably say 75. We're going to be someplace in the middle. But other times you can hold to your gun and say, you know what? This is my resume. This is what I've done. This is what I did at my old employer. I increased the sales. I reduced turnover. I did it. I did it. And I see at your organization, you guys are struggling with bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. I have already addressed those things at my previous employer by doing bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. Therefore, I'm going to hold tight at 85,000. You got to know how to do that. Verbiage. You can't have fear. Closed mouth don't get fed. I know y'all have heard that before. There's techniques, there's strategies to this stuff. And so, with that being said, if you want to deep dive into this stuff, make sure you guys pull up on the Black PowHER Retreat this weekend. Right now, we got the 48 for 48. So 48% off for the next 48 hours gets you in the door. 2 dynamic days of Black women sitting at the table. A table that you're invited to. A table that was built for you. A table that was created for you to be able to relax because you're with family and friends, relate because we get it. We're all Black women in the room, and release because there's some fears you got to let go of, some past indiscretions you got to let go of, some failures, some different things that you got to let go of so that you can release yourself to step into this next season of your life. But I don't want you to release these things and then not know what to do next, which is why the retreat is here. We want you to release these things, but I want to fill you up with the stuff that you need, with the confidence that you need, with the information that you need, with the knowledge that you need, with the support that you need, with the network that you need. And that's what you're going to get at the retreat this weekend. so that you realize you're not by yourself. You're not isolated. You're not the only person who's going through it. You're not the only person who wants to make more money. You're not the only person who wants to travel more. You're not the only person who wants to have a business. You're not the only person who wants to get off the corporate plantation. You're not the only person who wants all these amazing. You're not by yourself. We are in this together. We're in this together. And I want you to know that. So, any questions? Any questions? Is there anything I can answer for you relative to the Black Power conference and or anything that I've talked about this afternoon, evening that I can answer for you? Hey, Kiana. Hey, Kiana. The last time I saw you, you was on Facebook. That's good. Thank you for the follow. Chrissy, showing them your value is key to how much you charge. It's the key. It's the key. People pay for value. People pay for convenience. When I was in cosmetology school, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. When I was in cosmetology school, one of the things that Miss Connie, she was my favorite cosmetologist instructor, she asked us all. She said, "What is the difference between a what's the difference between a $20 haircut and a $200 haircut? What is the difference between a $20 haircut and a $200 haircut?" She said, "All of you guys are in the same room. All of you guys went through the same program. All of you guys had the same teacher. All of you guys are here. But she's going to charge $200 for her haircut, and she's going to charge $20 for her haircut. What is the difference?" I'm going to let y'all answer. Tell me what you think the difference is in the chat. I'm going to give you guys a second because I really want to see what your answer is. And I will say that as Black people, we have really got to get it together when it comes to rates and charging and how we show up and pay. We do not ask anybody else for a discount. We don't go to Gucci. Hell, we don't go to McDonald's. There's no place else in the world that we go and ask for a discount. And we are happy to give these people our money. But when it comes to investing in ourselves, not just in ourselves, but in ourselves with people in our community, then we devalue it. We got to change that. That's a money script that has been given to us. But okay, anybody? The difference between a $20 haircut and a $200 haircut. Okay, Kiana said skill set, mindset, huh? Question mark. All right. Dana said knowing your value. It's all of that. Your quality of work and the time in the business. Okay, Chrissy. The answer is one person says that their haircut is worth $200 and the other person only believes that their haircut is worth $20. Literally the difference. Literally the difference. Hanes, Fruit of the Loom, makes a white cotton t-shirt for $3. Kanye sells a white cotton t-shirt for $100. What is the difference? Ivy said, that's it. Like we have to get this thing of value. And again, some of this is just the money script of us as Black people thinking that everybody else's ice water is colder than ours, right? But we have to change that money script. We also have to change, how we deliver things. We have to make sure that our quality is up to par. You know what I'm saying? But we have to, we are responsible for annihilating that stereotype. My ice water is cold. It's breezy. Just as cold as everybody else's. A $20 haircut, a $200 haircut. And when I was in that space, I saw it all the time. I saw it. Now I say that to say this: if you are charging $200 for a haircut, you should be investing in your craft, going to conferences, learning, investing in yourself. That's if I don't leave you guys with anything else, let me leave you with this. The more you invest in yourself, the more you can charge. The more you invest in yourself, the more money you can get from your employer. The more you invest in, hey Jade, hey Lioness Crown, I see you, boo. The more you invest in you, the more other people are willing to invest in you. Like if I don't leave you with anything else, if you are struggling in your life and you can't figure out why you can't get to this next level, start investing in yourself. When people see you invest in you, they want to invest in you. When you start getting more information, more knowledge, more you start taking more actions, you start showing up differently, your conversation changes, your dress changes, the rooms you go in change, your network change. If you're not seeing any results in your life, invest in yourself, invest in your network, invest in your knowledge. And when I use the word invest, it doesn't always have to be money. Read a book, take some time with yourself, better understand resumes, better understand interviews, better understand negotiating, better understand branding, better understand wherever it is that you're struggling or you're suffering or you're not seeing the results that you want to see, invest in that. Hey, Lavana, confidence, whatever it doesn't matter what it is. But you can't stay the same. You can't sit where you are. You can't do nothing and expect something to happen. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. You have to do something. Chrissy says, big facts. Ivy says, the more you invest in yourself, the more you can charge. That is, I might have to tweet that one later. The more you invest in yourself, the more you can charge. Legit. Why? You're getting more knowledge, you're getting more information, you're getting more skill, you're getting better. And as you get better, you get to make the people around you better. You know more about what you do in your position. You know more about what you do in your business. I am going to tweet that. Sometimes, man. Okay, so Rooms Remember says, where is your event and what days will it be taking place? Great question. So this is a virtual event, which means you don't even have to come to where I'm at. This is a virtual retreat. I understand that some people they still, COVID is out there. And so I didn't want to try to make people travel to me. I don't want you to have to pay airfare. I don't want you to pay for hotel. And the retreat is virtual. It's this Saturday and Sunday. You can do it right from your home on your cell phone or on your computer. It's going to be a room full of Black women. If anybody is in here from the Black PowHER Business Conference, please throw a little testimony on there. But it's this weekend. It's Saturday and Sunday. It's from your home. It's a virtual event. If you can't make it live with us, you can still purchase it, especially right now because we're doing the 48 for 48. So definitely get it right now. 48% off for the next 48 hours. Get it right now. Initially, when I created the pricing structure and I did the layers, the $99 did not get the replay, but I had a couple people inbox me and was like, Lene, I can't make it. All I can do is the $99. Can I get the replay? So I changed it. I know who my customer is. I know who my client is. I know who I serve. If Black women come to me and say, all I got is 99 and I can't make it, can you let me see the replay? I got you. Don't trip. I fixed it. Okay. So at the $99 level, you get 7 days access to the replay. So even if you just get in the room for the 99, I got you. I did change that. So you get 7 days of the replay. Okay. At the $99. And then the next one up is I think 155. That's going to be 30 days replay. Now you're VIP. And then you have the super VIP, which is 250. That gives you lifetime access to the replay. I will talk to you guys about some of the differences. So let me just make sure everybody understands what it is, right? It's 2 days. It's this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to tell you with the topics again, and then I'm going to tell you guys kind of like some of the giveaways. So day one is all about mind, body, and soul. I do not feel or believe that you can fix any of your external problems without first addressing the inside. Like I am a very big person on the inside will give you insight. Like if you really just take a minute to deal with yourself on the inside, the insight that you get about who you are, your life, what you do, how you do it, where you're going to go, what comes next is amazing. So I would be doing you a disservice if I tried to take your life to the next level, but I didn't address the inside. That little girl, that little boy, that pain, that hurt, that stuff from the past, we got to talk about it. So we're going to be addressing that. And so day one is look good, feel good, how to present the best you, right? So how do you step out into this world sharp as shit? I'm going to talk about it. And then we're going to do a balanced life, how to have it all and not crumble, because as Black women, we a lot sits on our shoulders, right? We want it all. We want it for ourselves, we want it for our children, our family, those around us, and we carry it. So how do we have all those things but not crumble or be overwhelmed? We're also going to talk about alpha femininity, the myth of the strong Black woman. When I tell you, I cannot wait to have this conversation. This is my favorite of all of the topics, this is like my favorite one. I can't even wait to go into this and just talk about what's going on in this world. Black love, high value. Like we about to break it down in this topic, in this discussion. We're going to talk about mastering your mindset. So what does that look like to transform your relationship with you, your self-talk, how you talk to yourself, how you come into this world, what you think, forgiveness, releasing failure, whatever the case might be. We're going to transform that mindset with you. And then that day's keynote is going to be basically around dealing with imposter syndrome, the silent killer of dreams, because Black women are the highest percentage of women that deal with imposter syndrome. And so, if you are a person who has dope accomplishments, you've done great things, you have great, innovation, and you want to make these big moves, but you're holding yourself back, and you don't know why. A lot of that has to do with imposter syndrome, and sometimes women don't even know what it is. They've never even heard of it, and so we're going to be breaking that down. And then on day 2, it's all about money mastery, conquering the corporate ladder, which is kind of what we're talking about today, where I said everybody is a CEO, everybody's an entrepreneur. How to move up and secure the bag, negotiating. Again, doesn't matter if you're an employee or an entrepreneur, you're going to get value out of that conversation. We're going to talk about mastering the world of credit, how to join the 700 Club if you're not there, but if you are there, how to leverage its power, what that looks like. We're going to talk about how to build a bulletproof wealth portfolio so you can stack your FP money so that when you are ready to throw the deuces up and walk out on your employer, you're ready. What you can do right now to supplement your income. We're talking about crypto, real estate, cannabis, stocks, entrepreneurship, etc. That's going to be a dope conversation. We are talking about protecting your financial assets, preserving your family's future and legacy. I have beautiful young ladies that are coming in talking about life insurance, financial planning, estate planning, retirement planning. Especially if you're an entrepreneur and you don't have a corporate 401k, you want to know how you're going to retire. Like, what is your bank account going to look like? And then that day's keynote is around identifying your money script. So really understanding the script that you have been playing in your mind and throughout your life about money. Because oftentimes people think that your money script is tied to how you save and budget, and it's not. Your money script is tied to anything that has to do with money. It's tied to how you think you should be paid. It's tied to the hourly rate that you either receive or that you charge. Your money script is bigger than simply whether or not you can save money, whether or not you're living check to check. Like, that's the small part of it. But there's this mindset piece that comes from adolescence to who we are as adults that influences how we are with our money. People don't know about that. Hey, what's good? And so that's what we're going to be talking about. It'll be this weekend. You can go to www.theblackpowher, retreat.com. On IG, it's the link is pinned right here. www.theblackpowherretreat.com. On Facebook at the bottom, it's scrolling. www.theblackpowherretreat.com. Again, the 48 for 48 is on now, right now. It just started. I didn't want to start it until I was going to be live so that you guys would be able to see it. On my screen, you can see the countdown. Where is it at? Boom. Right now, 48 hours, 38 minutes. That's what you got. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, I like to do giveaways. I like to support Black people. I like to support Black women. So I reached out to multiple different people, and we are doing we're giving away $2,000. Not all at one time, and not $2,000, but I was able to break it up because this is a retreat. I wanted to be able to give you guys some different things to give you self-love, right? And I wanted you to walk away feeling good and refreshed and this and the other. And so I reached out to some of my people that are close to me and then some of the speakers to be able to give you something that you walk away with, right? And so Benson Watch Company, which is Benson, Marcel's one of my really good friends. He just raised like $500,000 for his company. And so he offered to donate a watch. And so every single gift item that we're giving away is a Black woman owned business, except for the watch. I don't know any Black women owned watch companies. So Marcel agreed to donate a watch and one of the Omega bracelets. And so those 2 items will be given away. If you're on IG, you can't see my screen, but when you go to the website, you'll see these things. My makeup artist, the lady who does my makeup for my photo shoots. Her name is Mary. So Makeup by Mary, she's donating a one-on-one slay down session. And so for those of you that are like, who does your eyebrows? Like, how you get your eyebrows that good? My makeup girl is donating a one-on-one makeup session. So it can be virtual. So you don't have to be here in Phoenix. She will walk you through getting your eyebrows right, putting your eyelashes on, whatever the case might be. It's a one-on-one slay down session. It has $120 value. Okay. So depending on what ticket you get your money back if you should win that. If you did not make it to the Black PowHER business retreat, I'm sorry, the business conference, I am going to be giving away that replay. So that will be one of the things that we give away during the conference. I'm doing the 100 Days of Believing Bigger. It's a journal. It's such an impactful journal. I use it every day. It's one of my favorite things to do my devotional with in the morning. So we're going to be giving one of those away. Soap Life 360. This is a Black lady, and she has one of the dopest businesses. It's basically a spa in your own home. So she does these herbs that you put into so you boil up water, you drop these herbs in, you put a towel over your head, and you let the steam. So it's like getting a steam facial, but at your house. So it's like I wish I could explain it to you, but she basically provides spa type items that you can utilize at home for self-love and self-care. And so she's giving away a $100 valued facial and body gift set as well as a $50 gift card. So dope. My girl that does my waist beads to help me lose weight and be healthy, she's donating 2 waist beads. This other organization that I love called the Mug Addict. I'm actually purchasing this one. It's called The Legacy. And it's a mug that says the legacy because my favorite 3 L's are the Lord, legacy, and lifestyle, like how your life is style. Rhythm Rumble, she's doing a 30-day warrior challenge. She's throwing that in. It's a $200 value. The girl that does the lady that's showing up to do the financial partners to talk about financial success, she's giving away a business insurance consultation. So if there's any entrepreneurs that want to have a discussion about business insurance, does your business need insurance? She's giving one of those away. I'm doing a $25 gift card to the McBride Sisters Wine Company, which is the ladies that do the Black Girls Wine. So if you've been wanting to get some, doing $25 gift certificate for that. My girlfriend Teddy Ewing, she is throwing in her cryptocurrency course. It's called Cryptocurrency with Confidence. It's $120 value. She's going to give that away. So we'll be raffling that off. I'm giving away the Mogul Blueprint, how to start a business like a mogul. So anybody who's really interested in leaving their corporate job, their 9 to 5, and they're not sure what to do or how to do it, I'm raffling off that course that I teach. And then I'm also personally giving away a strategy session. So my strategy sessions are $4.99. So literally that's more than any of the tickets. So I'm raffling off my upscale strategy session, which is where you get to sit with me personally for an hour and a half, and we come up with a strategy for your life. And again, I write strategies for you like you're me, and I do it all. So over $2,000 we're giving away, and the tickets are start at $99. So when I tell you I'm doing my part, I'm doing my part. So I want to make it really fun. I want to make sure that when you're in the room, you feel loved. I have over 20 Black women speakers that are going to be there. It's going to be amazing. Like, it's going to be a dope weekend. It's going to be a dope weekend. For the next 48 hours, you can literally be in the room for $99 is the minimum. That's for the general admission. If you want to come in at VIP, it's just $155. Like I said, everything is 48% off. So instead of paying $300, you're getting in for like $150. So you're in. And you get 3 VIP raffle tickets. So at the VIP level, you get 3 VIP raffle tickets. You get 15% off the Black PowHER store. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys about the Black Girl list. I am putting together a list of all the Black Girl stuff that's in the country. So everything that says Black Girl. So I'm at like 40 right now, but anything that's Black Girl affiliated, whether it's Black Girl Real Estate, Black Girls Run, Black Girls Gardening, Black Girls, whatever it is, I have a complete list of all the Black Girl stuff across the country. So if that's something that you're interested in partnering with, people you want to know, I have a complete list of all of that. I'm doing a special playlist for the retreats. I have a special affirmations and meditations that will be for the people that attend the retreat. And then how the sessions change as they go up. VIP is 30-day replay. At VIP, you do get the transcripts. one of the things that I heard from the last conference was it's so much good information. It was too hard to take notes and listen. Like I'm trying to listen and write. It was too hard. And so again, I listen. Like if you guys tell me something, I'm going to pay attention. And so this time around, I did transcript. So you don't have to worry about trying to take notes and listen. You will get the transcript of the retreat. So that way you can actually be present, pay attention, and you will get the transcript so you can go back and highlight stuff that you thought was important. And then when you get to the super VIP level, you get lifetime access. You get 20% off of the Black PowHER Mastermind, which I will be talking about at the retreat. You get early question submittal. So if there's questions that you have and you want to jump to the front of the line, you can submit your questions early. You do get the actual retreat candle. So there's a candle that is going to go out specifically for this retreat. There's 4 scents. One is sage that shit. And so if you're a sage person, sage, you know what I'm saying? Another one is called Black the Berry, which is super dope. And this is I partnered with a Black woman owned candle manufacturer to have these candles specifically created for me for you guys. Okay. Another one is I think Living Lavishly. And then the other one is Relax and Unwind. So I was very specific and intentional about the scents that I chose, the titles, the names relative to what I want this retreat to be for you guys. And then last but not least, you guys get to be a part of the super VIP after party, and you guys get a signed copy of my new book. So that's at the super VIP level. So that's it. And again, everything is damn near 50% off. So $99 gets you in the room, 155, then 259 for the next 48 hours. So you have until Wednesday at I think like 6 p.m., something like that, to get your ticket, get in the room. I'm still adding giveaways. Like I'm still getting people that are hitting me up like, hey, can I still participate? Can I still give something away? So there will still be more things that are being added, but that's where we're at right now. Okay. I'm so excited. I hope to see you guys all there. It's going to be a good time. If you think these one-on-one lives that I do with just me and you is fun and cool, like, oh my God, I love listening to Lene. She always has great information. If you think this is cool, like if you think this is the bee's knees, imagine me plus a panel of 3 to 4 Black women of a total of 20, 24 speakers roughly here or there over 2 days. So it's this, what we're doing right here, right now, 10 times. It's like 10 times this. It's amazing. Everybody who has come or has participated is like, I've never been to anything like this. Thank you so much for having this. I've never experienced anything like this. Like if you've never been to one of my events or you've never come to one of my Black Power events, I promise you, you want to be in the room and you will leave saying you've never experienced anything like this. I go above and beyond. I go all out. Not because of who I am, but because of who you are, because you are Black women. And I feel like you deserve this. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to attend a quality event. You deserve to be the forefront. You deserve to be thought of, and you deserve quality. And so I do these events, I put them together with you in mind, the results that I hear that you want to have and receive. And so pull up. Chrissy said, these are amazing giveaways. This will be the best $48 that will be spent investing in yourself. Yes, it's not 48, it'd be 99. So the least is 99. The discounts are already been applied, so you don't have to put a code in, you don't have to do anything. It's been reduced to 99. So I just want to make sure I say that the right way. So the reductions have already been applied. So the normally general admission would be $199. It's reduced to $99. Normally VIP would be $399. It's been reduced to $150. Normally super VIP would be $499. It's been reduced to $250. So the reductions have already been taken into consideration and they are on the page. Chrissy said, I absolutely love the Black Power Business Conference. Thank you. Kiana said, personal investment is just as important as professional investment. Actually, it's more important. It's more important. It's more important. It doesn't matter how much money you invest in your career or you invest in your business. If you don't invest in you, in your mindset, if you don't change how you think, If you don't understand your value, it doesn't matter how much money you invest in your business. And I will tell you that firsthand. I have clients that come to me and pay me a lot of money to talk about their business. And once we get into developing strategies for their business, I realize their life is messed up and that's why their business is suffering. I hate calling myself a life coach or even a life strategist because I really like to talk about the business, but I spend a lot of time coaching, teaching, mentoring people in their life so that we can focus on their business. The life piece is super important. And I'll talk to you guys about this when we get into the conference, but um I had to do years of self-awareness, self-reflecting, self-growth, self-forgiveness in order to be where I am in my career today. I was discounting myself. I was playing small. I was playing it safe. I was undercharging. I was setting low goals and expectations and milestones because it's the easy win. Like you have to get out of that. That imposter syndrome ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. It's legit. It's real. And it's like doesn't matter how good you do, how many wins you have, how great other people tell you are. If you don't get that down in your spirit and in your inside, it doesn't matter. It's for naught. Okay, so let's see. Where's your event? What days I went through that? The more you invest, I went through that. Your quality of work and time in the business. What is best practices showing? Okay, so I did all my Instagram comments and questions. Yes, Chrissy. And then let me come over here to Facebook before I let you guys go. The Black PowHER conference was fire. Thank you, Lavon. Knowing your worth increases your value. Yes, it does. I totally have been there. I can't wait. You are so on it. I love it. Thank you, and thank you. So that's this live. I am going to be back. I am going to do another live a little bit later. I want to talk about, I think I want to talk about how so what I had said was I'm going to do a conversation relative to each one of the topics each day into the conference, to the retreat. I didn't get to go live yesterday because I was moving. And so today I'm going to do two because I got to make it for yesterday. So I wanted to have the CEO conversation right now, this entrepreneur conversation right now, because I want people to know why, not people, well, my Black women, to know why it's important that you're in this room, right? You don't have to be an entrepreneur to be in this room. Um, this whole weekend is not employee or business specific. Doesn't matter if you are an entrepreneur employee. Does not matter. This is about being a Black woman. This retreat is about relaxing, relating, and releasing as Black women. And I chose areas that we all deal with, regardless of what your career path is. But I'm addressing all of it. I hope that makes sense. So it's not a business conference, it's a lifestyle retreat. And we will address career advancement, whether you are an employee or an entrepreneur, because we're talking about the same thing, which is how do you secure the bag? How do you negotiate? How do you show up for yourself? How do you present your value? How do you present your worth? And because my philosophy is that we all are entrepreneurs, the mentality and or the practice, the application is the same. I hope that makes sense. All right, cool. So it is 4:30 here in Arizona, which means it is 7:30 on the East Coast. So probably within like 20 minutes or so, I will be doing whatever I'm going to talk about next. I got to make up my live from yesterday. So you guys will see me one more time. And really, for you, to be honest with you, for the next 48 hours, I'm about to go hard in the paint. Hard in the paint to try to get as many people in this room as I can while I'm doing this 48-hour sale. So the 48 for 48, you will be seeing me a lot probably while I make sure that people, I don't want nobody to be like, oh, I didn't know you had a sale. I'm going to show up every so many hours for the next 48 hours to make sure that if you really want to be in this room, I want to make sure that you know about it. Okay. With that said, I'm going to go grab a bite to eat, figure out what I'm going to talk about next. And I will see you guys in a little bit. Be blessed. Have a great day. Go get signed up. 48 for 48. You don't need a code. You just got to get signed up. You will not regret it. All right. Peace. See you later.